We're going to open a VR2C receiver that was shipped without a battery to show you how to install the internal battery and properly close the receiver case. What we're demonstrating here is slightly different from what you would do if you need to open a VR2C that's already been deployed. If your VR2C was shipped with the internal battery installed, or if you don't plan to use the internal power, you don't need to follow these instructions. Begin by making sure the supplied strap wrenches are properly assembled. When using a strap wrench, always push the wrench in the direction of the teeth so the teeth can grip the strap and keep it tight. The grooved receiver locking ring needs to be loosened in a counterclockwise direction. So put the strap wrench on the receiver locking ring so the wrench's teeth are on the left side. Tighten the strap against the ring. As a tip, holding the excess strap against the handle helps the strap stay tight. Depending on the size and strength of your hands, you may want to put a second strap wrench on the body of the VR2C so it's approximately 6 inches away from the receiver locking ring, and the teeth on the second wrench are pointing to the right, opposite to the wrench on the ring. If a second strap wrench is not available, have someone hold the VR2C while you use the wrench. Pull both straps tight around the receiver, and while firmly gripping the wrenches, push the wrenches in their opposite directions. Remember that they've been set up so that the teeth on the wrench are the direction in which to push the wrench. Loosen and readjust one of the wrenches as needed, or hold the end of the receiver over the edge of the table to allow freer movement. Continue to use the strap wrenches until the receiver locking ring moves easily. Now you can remove the wrenches and continue to rotate the ring counterclockwise by hand until the ring is completely unthreaded. The internal wires are still connected, so carefully place the lower housing next to the upper housing on a stable, dry work surface. Remove the O-ring found in the end of the battery compartment and place it somewhere safe. We'll need that momentarily. Slide the D-cell lithium battery into the battery compartment so the wireless end of the battery enters first. Slide the O-ring you just removed along the battery's wires to the battery and press the O-ring into the groove in the end of the battery compartment. This O-ring holds the battery and must not be greased. While keeping an eye on the status light, connect the battery wire to the 2-pin connector on the VR2C wiring harness connector. You should hear a click, indicating they're connected, but give a very gentle tug on the wires to be sure that they're not coming apart. Watch the status light to verify that it flashes 4 times. Check that the desiccant pack is still inside the battery compartment, just as it was when shipped. Because this VR2C has not been deployed, there's no need to clean the O-rings. Tuck the wires inside the battery compartment, making sure not to twist them excessively or to pinch them, as they may become damaged. Line up the groove along the length of the lower housing with the tab inside the battery compartment, and slide the lower housing into the upper housing until it stops. It should slide easily. If it doesn't, the wires may be pinched and you'll need to investigate and correct the problem. Turn the receiver locking ring clockwise until you can no longer turn it by hand. Place the strap wrenches on the VR2C in the same locations as were used to open the case, but they must be facing in the opposite directions from what was needed previously. The receiver locking ring will continue to rotate clockwise to close, so the teeth on the wrench must face to the right. Tighten the receiver locking ring until the O-ring is completely covered. Remove the strap wrenches. Your VR2C is now ready for testing in preparation for its initial deployment.